You ever notice how people take you for granted? They look at you like you're a vending machine. Shove in a little kindness, press a button, and out comes everything you've got to give. But the moment you run dry, oh boy, that's when they suddenly remember. They've got other options. They'll walk right past you like you were never even there. That's the joke, you see. People don't love people. They love what people give them. You gave them your time, your trust, your loyalty, and all the pieces of yourself you didn't even know you were handing out. You gave them a piece of your soul every time you answered their call, every time you dropped your problems to fix theirs, every time you stayed up at night wondering if they were okay while they slept soundly, not giving a damn about you. And now, what do you have left? Nothing. You're empty. And they've moved on, haven't they? Found someone else to squeeze dry? Oh, but don't worry. They'll come back. Not because they miss you. Oh no. They don't even remember the real you. They'll come back because they'll realize, eventually, that what you gave them wasn't just effort or attention or care. It was something they can't buy, steal, or replace. But by the time they figure that out, it'll be too late. Because you'll be gone. You think they'll regret it? Maybe. But regret is cheap. It doesn't cost them a damn thing. They'll regret losing you the way you regret losing a $20 bill. Not because of what it meant, but because now they have to go without. That's the difference between you and them. You gave, expecting nothing in return. They took, expecting it to never run out. You were water in a desert, and they drank until there was nothing left but dry, cracked earth. But let me tell you something, kid. This world isn't kind to people like you. People who give too much. People who love too hard. People who'd rather break themselves in half than let someone else feel even a fraction of their pain. The world eats people like you alive, chews you up and spits you out. And the worst part? You let it happen. You thought being good, being kind, would make them see you, really see you. But kindness doesn't make you visible. It makes you invisible. People don't see kindness. They see a convenience. But here's the kicker. They'll search for you. Oh, they'll search endlessly. Through every bar, every alley, every set of eyes they meet on the street. They'll look for what you gave them in other people, and they'll never find it. Because what you gave, it wasn't just rare, it was yours. A once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing. And the irony, the tragedy, they won't even know what they had until they can't find it anywhere else. Let that sink in for a second. The very thing they threw away will become the thing they spend the rest of their lives trying to get back. And that, my friend, is justice. Not the kind that comes with gavel and robes, but the kind that burns slow, eats them from the inside out. The kind that makes them realize too late that some mistakes can't be undone. But you've got a choice. You can let their betrayal bury you. Let it make you bitter, cold, just another ghost of who you used to be. Or you can let it set you free. Because here's the thing about hitting rock bottom. It's the only place where you can rebuild. No more pretending to be what they wanted. No more giving to people who don't deserve it. No more waiting for someone to see your worth. You see it. You build it. And when they come crawling back, begging for another taste of what you gave them, you'll smile. You'll smile because you'll know they can't have it. Not anymore. Oh, they'll call you selfish. They'll say you've changed. They'll paint you as the villain in their little sob story. And you know what you'll do? You'll laugh. Because villains don't give a damn about being liked. They don't give a damn about being understood. Villains are just people who decided they weren't going to be used anymore. People who said, no more. And that scares them. Oh, it terrifies them. Because when you stop giving, when you stop bending, when you stop breaking yourself for people who wouldn't do the same for you, that's when you become unstoppable. So let them search. Let them waste their lives looking for what they threw away. Let them carry the weight of their own choices while you rise from the ashes of everything they tried to destroy in you. And don't you dare let their betrayal turn you into someone you're not. You're stronger than that. You're better than that. But most importantly, you're free. They'll search endlessly, but what you gave them, that's gone. And you're just getting started. You think they deserve your forgiveness after everything? No, no, no. Don't kid yourself. Forgiveness is a gift, and you don't hand gifts to thieves. They don't even know what to do with it. If you forgive them, they'll think it's a reset button, a free pass to come back and repeat the cycle. They'll take your forgiveness, pocket it, and use it as ammunition the next time they decide to screw you over. Forgiveness isn't about letting them off the hook, it's about letting yourself off the hook. You forgive for your peace, not theirs. But that doesn't mean you let them back in. Hell no. Burn the bridge. Burn it so completely that even the ashes are unrecognizable. Because if they were capable of doing it once, they're capable of doing it again. And you, my friend, you're not a repeat performance. You're a one-night-only act, and their ticket has been revoked. But I get it. I do. You want closure. You want to know why they did it, why they hurt you, why they didn't care when you gave them everything. But let me tell you something about closure. It's a myth, a fairy tale we tell ourselves to feel better about the messes other people leave behind. You'll never get the answer you're looking for, not because they don't have it, but because there is no answer. Not one that will satisfy you anyway. People hurt people because it's easy. because it's convenient, because they don't think about the aftermath. They only think about the now. And when the dust settles, when they see the wreckage they've caused, they'll either pretend it didn't happen or blame you for standing too close when the bomb went off. That's the truth, raw and unfiltered. And it's ugly, isn't it? But it's real. And real is what you need right now, not sugar-coated lies. You know what's funny, though? People like you always blame yourselves. You replay the moments in your head over and over, dissecting every little thing you said, every little thing you did. Maybe if I'd been better. Maybe if I'd tried harder. Maybe if I'd loved them more. Stop it. Just stop. You didn't fail them. They failed you. They didn't leave because you weren't enough. They left because they were too blind to see what they had. That's their failure, not yours. So stop carrying their mistakes on your back like a damn albatross. Drop it. Let it go. Walk away. But that's the hardest part, isn't it? Walking away. Cutting ties. Saying goodbye not just to them, but to the version of yourself that existed when you were with them. The version of you that believed in them, trusted them, loved them. It feels like killing a part of yourself. And in a way, it is. But some parts of you need to die so the rest of you can live. You've got scars now, deep ones, ones that may never fully heal. But scars aren't weaknesses. They're proof you survived. Proof that no matter how hard they tried to break you, they failed. And you know what scars do? They make your skin tougher, stronger, harder to pierce the next time someone tries to cut you down. Wear them like armor, not chains. And don't let anyone tell you you're too damaged, too broken, too far gone. Those words, that's just fear talking. People are afraid of what they don't understand. And they don't understand someone who can walk through hell and come out the other side still standing. So let them call you broken. Let them call you crazy. Let them whisper behind your back. Because while they're busy talking, you'll be busy rising. Here's the thing they don't want you to know. Pain is power. Loss is fuel. Betrayal is a forge that turns ordinary people into something extraordinary. You can let it consume you, turn you into ashes, or you can let it refine you, turn you into steel. And steel doesn't bend, it doesn't break. It cuts through everything that tries to stand in its way. So what's it going to be? Are you going to sit here, wallowing in the ruins of what they left behind? Or are you going to rise? Because trust me, they're not coming back to save you. They're not coming back to make it right. And even if they did, it wouldn't change a damn thing. The only person who can save you is you. The only person who can rebuild what they tried to destroy is you. And the only person who owes you anything is staring back at you in the mirror. Let them search endlessly, kid. Let them wander through the lives of 100 different people, trying to find what you gave them so freely. They won't. Because what you gave them wasn't just love, it was a piece of you. And once you take that back, they'll never get it again. So rise. Rise and make them regret the day they thought they could live without you. Rise and show them that the version of you they broke was just the beginning. Rise and make them see that while they were busy searching, you were busy building. And when they finally realize what they've lost, when they finally come crawling back, you'll look them in the eye and say, you'll search endlessly, but what you're looking for, that's gone. And so am I. Let's talk about what's next. You see, most people don't get to this point. They get stuck in the why me phase, wallowing in their pity, waiting for someone to come along and fix it for them. But you're smarter than that. You're stronger than that. I can see it in your eyes. You've got that fire in you, buried under the pain, under the heartbreak. There's a spark that's just waiting to ignite. And when it does, oh, they won't even know what hit them. But first, you gotta kill the old you. The you who bent over backward to make them happy. The you who stayed quiet when they disrespected you. The you who thought love meant sacrificing everything, even yourself. That version of you, it's dead weight. And if you don't let it go, it's going to drag you down until there's nothing left. You want to know the secret to moving on? It's not about pretending you're okay. It's not about faking a smile or distracting yourself with work or hobbies or other people. It's about embracing the pain, letting it burn through you until there's nothing left but ashes. Because only then can you rise. Only then can you rebuild. You don't heal by avoiding the fire. You heal by walking through it. And let me tell you something else. It's going to hurt. Oh, it's going to hurt like hell. But pain is a teacher. It shows you what you're made of. It strips away all the illusions, all the lies you've been telling yourself, and forces you to confront the truth. The truth about them, the truth about you, the truth about what you deserve. And once you see that truth, once you really see it, there's no going back. They don't want you to see the truth, you know? They don't want you to realize that you were always too good for them, that they didn't leave because you were lacking. They left because they were. They couldn't handle your strength, your loyalty, your love, because it shined a spotlight on everything they weren't. They ran because staying meant confronting their own inadequacies, and that's something cowards can't do. But you're not a coward. You're a survivor. And survivors don't waste time chasing after people who've already shown their true colors. Survivors pick themselves up, dust themselves off, and keep moving forward, no matter how many scars they carry. Because scars are proof that you lived, proof that you fought, proof that you're still standing. You think they're happy without you? You think they've moved on? living their best life while you're stuck here, picking up the pieces. Let me tell you something about people like that. They're not happy. They're not whole. They're running from their guilt, running from their mistakes, running from the emptiness inside them that no one, not even you, could ever fill. They'll put on a good show, of course. They'll post their pictures, flash their fake smiles, and act like they've got it all together. But it's a lie. All of it. Because deep down they know they messed up. They know they threw away something they'll never get back. And that knowledge, it eats at them. Slowly, quietly, like a disease they can't shake. They might not admit it. Not to you, not to themselves. But it's there. Always there. And the longer they go without what you gave them, the louder it gets. Until one day, it's all they can hear. But you don't need to worry about them anymore. They made their choice, and now they get to live with it. You, on the other hand, have something they'll never have. Freedom. The freedom to start over. The freedom to create a life that doesn't revolve around their needs, their wants, their approval. The freedom to be selfish, for once. And let me tell you, there's power in that. Real power. Because when you stop caring about what they think, when you stop seeking their validation, when you stop letting their opinions dictate your worth, that's when you become unstoppable. That's when you take control of your life, your happiness, your future, and that scares the hell out of them. Because they know that once you realize your own worth, you'll never settle for anything less than what you deserve. Not from them, not from anyone. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to stop looking back. Stop replaying the past in your head like a broken record. Stop wondering what you could have done differently, because the answer is nothing. You did your part. You gave your all. And it still wasn't enough. Not because you weren't enough, but because they didn't know how to value you. And that's on them, not you. You're going to take all that pain, all that anger, all that sadness, and you're going to use it. Use it to build something so incredible, so undeniable, that even the ghosts of your past can't ignore it. You're going to rise so high that when they look up, all they'll see is the shadow of the person they tried to break. And you're going to do it not for them, but for you, because you deserve it, because you've earned it. Let them search endlessly, kid. Let them wander through the lives of 1,000 people, trying to find what you gave them. They won't, because what you gave, it was one of a kind, just like you. And once you take that back, once you realize that you were the prize all along, there'll be nothing more than a memory, a ghost of a mistake they'll spend the rest of their lives trying to undo. And when they come crawling back, begging for another chance, you'll smile, Not out of malice, not out of spite, but because you'll know deep down that you don't need them anymore, that you never did. Let them search endlessly. They'll never find it again, because what you gave, that's gone. And so are you. You know what the real tragedy is? It's not that they left. It's not that they betrayed you. It's that they'll never understand the depth of what they had. People like them. They don't have the capacity for it. They walk through life skimming the surface, too afraid to dive into the deep end, because the deep end, that's where they'd have to confront themselves. And you, oh, you were the deep end. You were an ocean, and they were nothing more than a pebble skipping across the surface. Too scared to sink, too scared to feel the weight of you. But here's the thing about the ocean. It doesn't need the pebble. The ocean was there before the pebble, and it'll be there long after. You, my friend, are infinite. You're vast. And them? They were just passing through, leaving ripples that will fade with time. But your depth, your power, that's eternal. They think they won, don't they? They think walking away made them stronger, made them better. But you and I both know the truth. They didn't walk away because they were strong. They walked away because they were weak. Because facing you, facing what you gave, what you are, was too much for them. They couldn't match your energy, couldn't meet your intensity, couldn't rise to your level. So they did the only thing they could. They ran. And now they'll spend the rest of their lives running from you, from themselves, from the truth. But you don't run. You face it. You face the pain, the heartbreak, the loneliness, and you let it shape you, mold you, turn you into something they could never even dream of being. Because pain, my dear friend, is a crucible. It burns away the weak parts, the fragile parts, and leaves behind something unbreakable. And that's what you're becoming. Unbreakable. You don't owe them anything, not your forgiveness, not your understanding, not even your hatred. Because hate, that's still giving them space in your head, and they don't deserve that. No, what you owe them is nothing. Nothing but the silence of your absence. Nothing but the indifference of your success. Let them wonder what you're doing. Let them hear about you from the whispers of others. See your shadow in the places they thought they'd erased you from. Let them feel your presence in your absence, like a ghost haunting their every move. Because here's the truth they don't want to admit. You don't need them. You never did. You gave them everything, and they gave you nothing in return. But that's over now. That part of your story is done. And the next chapter? The one you're about to write? That's all you. No baggage, no dead weight. Just you, your strength, and the life you're going to build. And oh, What a life it's going to be. You see, people like you, people who've been broken, betrayed, left behind, they have a power that others can't even comprehend. Because once you've hit rock bottom, once you've faced the worst, there's nothing left to fear. You've already survived the unthinkable, and that makes you unstoppable. You don't cling to illusions anymore. You don't waste your time on people who don't deserve you. You move forward unapologetically, unrelentingly, and you build a life so beautiful, so powerful, that it becomes a monument to your resilience. And them? Oh, they'll see it. They'll hear about it. They'll feel it. And it will kill them, slowly, quietly, like a poison they can't escape. Because every success you achieve, every smile you wear, every moment of happiness you find will be a reminder of what they lost, of what they threw away. And that's a pain they'll carry for the rest of their lives. But don't do it for them. Don't build this life to prove them wrong. Don't rise just to make them regret what they did. That's small. That's petty. And you're bigger than that. You're better than that. Do it for you. Do it because you deserve it. Because after everything you've been through, after everything they put you through, you owe it to yourself to live the life they tried to take from you. They'll search endlessly, but what they're looking for, it's gone. The person you were, the person who gave them everything, doesn't exist anymore. You've changed. You've grown. You've become something they'll never understand, something they'll never deserve. And that's the ultimate victory. Not revenge, not hatred, but growth. Moving forward while they're stuck in the past, chasing shadows of a life they could have had. So let them search, let them wonder, let them live with the weight of their own choices. And you keep moving forward, keep rising, keep building, because the best way to honor the pain they caused is to turn it into power, to turn it into something they can never touch, never take, never destroy. Remember this: you are not what they did to you. You are not the mistakes they made, the pain they caused, the love they failed to give. You are so much more than that. And as long as you remember that, as long as you keep moving forward, there's nothing they can do to stop you. Now go. Show them what they lost. Show yourself what you found. And when they come crawling back, desperate for another chance, you'll smile, because you'll know deep down that you've already won. And they'll search endlessly, but what you gave them, it's gone forever. But you know what's funny? No matter how far you go, no matter how much you rise, they'll convince themselves they were the victim, that you were the problem. Oh, they'll rewrite history in their heads, twist it and bend it, until the truth doesn't even resemble what really happened. That's their defense mechanism, their survival instinct. See, it's easier to blame you than to admit they were the one who shattered something beautiful. It's easier to make you the villain than to confront the fact that they're the ones who walked away from the best thing they'll ever have. They'll tell themselves they didn't need you, that they were better off without you. They'll even start to believe it for a while. But here's the thing about lies. They can only carry you so far before the weight of the truth crushes you. And that truth, that's going to hit them like a freight train. Not today, not tomorrow, but someday. Maybe it'll be when they're lying in bed at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering why they feel so empty. Maybe it'll be when they see you living a life they'll never be a part of. Or maybe it'll be when they look into the eyes of someone else and realize painfully, undeniably, that what they're searching for isn't there and never will be. You'll want to be there when it happens, won't you? To see the look on their face, to watch the regret eat them alive. But let me tell you something. You don't need to be. You don't need to waste another second of your time or energy on them, because their regret, that's not your responsibility. It's not your burden to carry. It's theirs. Let them drown in it. Let it consume them. While you'll be too busy living to notice. And here's the kicker. When they do realize what they lost, when they finally feel the full weight of it, they won't come back with an apology. No, no, no. That would require humility, self-awareness, a willingness to admit they were wrong. And people like them, they don't have that in them. Instead, they'll come back with excuses. I was going through a lot. I didn't know what I wanted. It wasn't the right time. Excuses wrapped in half-truths designed to manipulate, to guilt you into opening the door just a crack. Don't fall for it. Because if they really cared, they wouldn't have left in the first place. If they really valued you, they wouldn't have needed to lose you to see your worth. And if they really loved you, they wouldn't be coming back now, only after the world has shown them that no one else can replace you. Love isn't about realizing someone's value after they're gone. Love is about seeing it, cherishing it, while they're still standing in front of you. And they failed that test, miserably. So let them knock, let them beg, let them plead, but don't let them in. Not again. Because the door they walked out of doesn't lead back to you anymore. It's closed, permanently. And even if you tried to open it, even if you wanted to, you'd find there's nothing left on the other side, just a hollow shell of what once was. Just echoes of the person you used to be, the person who would have taken them back in a heartbeat. But that person, they're gone. You buried them, and what rose in their place? That's someone they'll never be able to reach. You think they'll move on? Find someone else? Sure, they'll try. They'll latch on to the next person who shows them an ounce of attention, trying to recreate what they had with you. But it won't work. It never does. Because what you gave them wasn't just love or care or effort. It was a connection, a bond, something so rare, so pure that it can't be replicated. And the more they try to find it in someone else, the more they'll realize just how irreplaceable you are. But don't let that stroke your ego. Don't let it make you bitter or smug, because at the end of the day, their regret, their failure, their pain, it's not about you, it's about them. And the sooner you let go of the need to see them suffer, the sooner you'll find peace. Because true strength, true power, it's not about revenge, it's about indifference. It's about looking at the person who broke you and feeling nothing. No anger, no sadness, no longing, just nothing. And when you reach that point when their name is nothing more than a faint memory, when their face doesn't even stir a flicker of emotion, that's when you'll know you've won. Not because you beat them, but because you freed yourself. Because you took the pain they caused, the hole they left, and you filled it with something they could never give you. Self-worth, self-respect, self-love. So let them search. Let them wander through the lives of 1,000 people, looking for what you gave them. Let them chase shadows, grasp at ghosts, and drown in their own regret. And you keep moving forward. Keep rising. Keep living. Because the best revenge isn't revenge at all. It's happiness. It's success. It's becoming everything they thought you couldn't be without them. They'll search endlessly, but what they're looking for, it's gone. Forever. And you've only just begun.